everyone, it's Allie. Welcome to my channel. I hope you're all having a great day today. So I had bought this set in the fall. I can't remember what month it was. I know I had it in one of my haul videos. This is by Penny Black. I just think this set is just beautiful, and I wanted to make a one-layer card with it. So I'm going to do some masking. That is the Inka Dinka Do masking paper, which works really well. I decided to emboss my images so they would be a little bit easier to watercolor. So I made all my little masks. These masks were a little bit difficult just because of the tiny lines for the leaves. And with me embossing, um, it didn't really want to stick, so I kind of had to play with some of them to get them to stick. And you'll see there I was using a little eraser. It's a Faber-Castell eraser, and I love those. They work really well. I just bought it off Amazon. I don't know, but it seems to me whenever I use white, I get something on it. I don't know. Don't ask me how, but I always get some type of ink or something on it. So I don't know, maybe I had something on my stamp positioner. But that is the Tim Holtz um, stamping tool. And I have a piece of, I can't remember the name. Um, oh, I don't know why I can't remember the name under it. But people use it, kids use it, like foamies. Um, and it seems to stamp better if I have that underneath. Sometimes if I don't have that there, I have a hard time getting a good impression on certain areas of that platform. But I still like to use it. It's a big one, um, so it covers my needs. I just know what I need to do now if I need a little extra help. So I'm just going through here and I'm stamping one by one, and then I'm embossing it so I can kind of see where it's at. And like I said, those masks kind of kept coming off, but as long as it did its job, I had to play with them a little bit, but it ended up working fine. So the watercolor paper I used today is called Fluid, and I believe I just bought that like at I think it's Jerry's Art Supply. It was on sale one time, so I wanted to try it, and I like it. I don't think it's one of the best watercolor papers out there, but it did the trick. Um, so now that I have all my leaves done underneath there, I'm going to start stamping my pumpkins, and I wanted to use all three of them. So I'm going to do the one in the middle because I'm trying to get this as centered as I can. I'm not one of those people who have to be exactly straight. I can't cut straight to save my soul, but I usually try to eyeball stuff. I'm not that finicky that it has to be exact. So I think it looks pretty good and it worked fine. So I am putting all of my little masks back on there, and then I'm going to stamp um, the second pumpkin. And see, they because I have all that embossing on there, it kept wanting to come off. So I'm trying to get it to stay as best as I could. Um, I do save my masks and I just put them in with my stamp set in case I want to use them again. Sometimes I'll use post-it notes, but that Inka Dinka Do works really well. I have heard that Simon Says Stamp has a nice masking paper, but I have yet to try it. So, and I stamped both of those. I didn't realize I did that at first. So now I'm just going to use my embossing, and I just used like a gold embossing, and I believe that is by Inka Dinka Do too. I got like a set of them. They come in those little packages. So here I'm going to start, and I used a combination of Daniel Smith watercolors, and I think I might have used some of my Altenew. and I'm just going to go through and color. So most of this video is just going to be the coloring. So I'm going to put on some music for you. If you don't, you can just speed through the coloring and see the finished product. I love this card. Like I said, I know it's for fall, but I did want to get this video up. I know people like to watch some coloring, so anyway, I will catch you later. Thanks. watercoloring, and I love how it came out. I let it dry. I also used my black velvet paintbrush number 2. I got that recommendation from Sandy Alanak watching her videos, so I bought a few of those to try out, and I do like the paintbrushes. They're very nice. Um, so I decided the card needed some splatters, so I was just getting some brown on my little block there. That is the Catherine Pooler block, and I'm just going to splatter that on my card. I was actually very happy with this card because I did remember to use my little powder bag there, so I didn't have a lot of stray embossing, which I usually forget to use that every time, but um, so now I'm going to go ahead and use that again to make sure I have a clean area, and I'm going to stamp on one of the sentiments that came in the stamp set. It just says fall, and I'm going to stamp that to match the gold embossing so it would match the card. And this time I am using my Stampin' Up positioner. When I just Usually when I stamp just one or two things, I like to use that. If I'm stamping a whole bunch of stuff, I do tend to use the Tim Holtz. So now that I have that sentiment on there, my card is finished. Thank you for joining me and have a great day.